All right, come on, it's rolling. Oh, it's basically an African American history project. So, all right. When and where year were you born? That's the first question.
I was born October the 8th, 1946.
In what city?
And here in Houston, Texas. And what we call Folk Ward.
Alright. So, what do you remember most about like your childhood? Like doing like slavery time, not slavery time, but basically segregation.
Well, that was because I went from Gregory School, and it was located in Folk Ward. And from there, I went to Lockett, and it was on West Dallas, which is still West Dallas. And we never interact with the white people until I was transferred to Jack Yates Senior High School. And from there, they still did not have white people there. They had their own, say like the school that y'all graduated from, that was white, but then when y'all graduated, it was basically Mexican Americans. So, I mean, they had their own way and we had ours.
Oh, so what year was this? Basically, what year did you attend high school?
Oh, Lord, I can't even remember. Let me see. Oh, Lord, me and my sister, we went to Jack Yates. My other sisters and brothers went to, and my little brother, George, went to Jack Yates. But my sister, one of them went to Booker T. Washington. I'm trying to, Lord have mercy, we got to cut that out. What year was that? Okay. Said 18, that's what? About 1946. Cut that out! You got to show that to somebody.
Yeah, I can edit it though. We can edit
Okay. 1946 and 1886 is what? 1965. Right? 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Yeah, 1964. I graduated from Jack Yates High School, right out in 3rd Ward. Which they are now calling in Midtown.
Alright, did your parents like ever talk to you about slavery?
Oh yes, my dad.
I mean, not slavery, segregation. Why you keep saying slavery?
Yeah. My daddy did. My daddy was a longshoreman. That's the thing about it. People put labels on you, categorize you, but in a way, you know, it's just like y'all growing up at the time now, and that you just don't really think about half of them because they living on one side and we living on another, and it seems like that's what's happening now. You know, they came back and okay, I get to the future. But it was sometimes, it was a struggle. There were struggles on the city ends. My brothers, which was older, they went to Woolsworth, which was down on Main Street, where everybody went to town, and white people could eat, but black people couldn't. So my brother and some of his friends, Lottie Minor, they all went to the counter and sat down. So they called the police. And they called the police. So in a way, they kind of broke that barrier, and then Woolsworth had to, because we wasn't going to go and buy anything from them. And that way, it was like Walmart back there, you know, Woolsworth, everybody went to Woolsworth, you know?
Yeah. So when y'all wasn't going to buy nothing from them, it made them realize, like, hey, we got to, like, give them like the same equal rights we have.
That's right. That's right. I think I never understood that. I never have understood that. Even my own father, he died hating white people. Daddy was 75 when he died, and it was just he was a longshoreman down on the waterfront. So therefore, it's not like we were starving.
Yeah.
And you see what I mean?
Yeah, I know.
And it wasn't like that we weren't going to school making something of myself. In fact, my baby brother, after he graduated from Yates, he went to TSU and became Kaluna. What is it?
I know what you mean.
Summa cum laude. Yeah, when he graduated from TSU.
Oh.
And then he went to schools, and the last school he attended was out in Westbury, and Westbury was white.
Ooh.
So after then, he became the principal of Jack Yates High School until he retired. George August.
What can you remember most, like a significant moment in time, like the walk on Washington, the march on Washington? It can be anything. Or like Malcolm X's death, Martin Luther King's death.
Oh, Martin Luther King, that was something else, honey.
Muhammad Ali not being able to box.
Oh yeah, well yeah, he said he was a Muslim, so he wasn't going, you know, and you understood that what they say. But I think I was working at the Holiday Inn on Main Street, and we didn't go to work. I think that was a shutdown for white people to know that we was just as good as they are, and if we didn't work, they didn't work. Because most of them wanted to tell you what to do, and you did the work. You understand what I'm saying?
I understand what you're saying.
You did the work, but they thought, you know, they got the promotion, they got the money and everything else.
So they basically taking credit for y'all work.
Right. That's what it was. It's not like it is now. So nobody went to work. Nobody went to work, and Fourth Ward was totally black. And therefore, everybody was at home. But I think most of the white folks stayed at home because they were scared. You see, like my daddy said, don't throw a rock when you do something and hide your hand. Show them you did it. You know?
Yeah, I know what you mean. All right. I got a couple of more questions.
Oh, you got a couple of more.
All right. Who can you say, like, black person wise, was like your role model growing up as a kid, or who did you look up to? Like some kids today look up to Michael Jordan. Let's see who else. LeBron James.
Well, see, to me, that was not my thing. Football, basketball, stuff like that, you know. But
it can be anything. Like who stood up for black people, like had a voice for black people.
I looked up to my pastor. Most of all, I looked up to God, because you had to really, when something happens, that oh Lord, you know, even now, you know, like these people being killed by policemen for little or nothing, they thought that's who they was looking for. It's still happening now. And they all say that it's the black people. But the white people is just as many in jail as it is black. But they won't say they give you them numbers, but they'll give you the numbers on us.
So basically, ain't nothing changed.
It has in some ways. We are paid more. We're not paid 15 cents an hour when they was getting $1. You see what I mean? And we are moving up. And the kids, like, y'all have to, sometimes, in some ways, you're going to meet it. Even though segregation and everything is over, you still have it.
Yep.
They still look at you like you're crazy. You come in the store, they get so jittery. You ever feel?
Yeah, they follow you around the store. You gonna steal something?
Yes, I hate that. I'll never go into a store like that. It happened once, and I say I'll never come back in here again because that's unfair. And here you got a white person over there stealing while they watching me, and they done walked out with the whole store. You know?
I know what you mean.
That's not right.
Another thing, when police kill black people, they always bring up, well, y'all shouldn't be protesting because black people kill black people all the time. But I'm thinking, like, if that's the case, if you go back in time during slavery, it was probably the murder rate was probably sky high from all the white people killing black people.
Oh, it was.
So,
It was.
I don't get that point.
It's just white people mentality. They say it's our mentality. No, it's theirs. It's theirs. They were scared of us. Some of them. Now, like the Mormons, they wasn't. I mean, they helped black people. A lot of them, what they call with the Underground Railroad. You see, put them there and send them to places where they knew that they would be okay, but white people hated it when they found out. So it's just that hatred has a lot to do with the devil. You know?
Yeah, I know what you mean.
And they used to say that we were black devils. But that wasn't true. They was white devils. And you could see it on them.
So they basically, like nowadays, they can't you can't own somebody, put somebody through slavery. Like these days, in this day and time, they basically try to enslave your mind and have you thinking a certain way. Like you will never be nothing. You won't be on that same level as them.
That's true.
What do you think about that?
I just hate it because I told my girls, I had 2 daughters, and I told them they just as good as anybody else. But you read. I sent them to school. They went to school. They had their degree. They could have had their degree from college, but what happened? They choose to go to work. They went to college, both of them, Monica and Demetri, and they went to college when they got out of school, and then they worked. But they decided they wanted to work full time. So God just fixed it so that they have made it. You know, they are where they want to be, or even more so than they really didn't know that they were gonna get there. But you gotta believe in God, because like I tell anybody, them white folks is the demon. They were. They were, and I think the basic thing is that they was just. We could do anything we wanted to do.
Yeah, I believe that too.
I mean, look how you see how a black person work on a car and fix it, and they be out all day long trying to start it up, and they can't do it. And I think that's what it was. They needed us, but they was afraid of us. And if you got two, where you was too bold, and you talk back to them, then you was a nigga. And then that's when they either whoop you or shot you. Like on the plantation. Yes, that's true. And if you tried to leave or whatever, you know, it was like they bought you from Mr. Sam's down the way because he had too many slaves. But then, why did these slaves work in their house? Tend to their children. They ate their food. Most of them did a lot to the food. That's how dumb they was. You didn't know that?
I did.
I can't say what I want to say.
Alright, did you ever decided to attend college, or was there ever the plan?
Yes, I did. But I went to business school. I went to business school, and it was right over there where y'all used to go to the, was that the Y? Close down the 4th Ward?
Oh, that was the Red. Oh,
the Red, okay, okay. But it was a building across from there, because they was close to the Y where you could go and eat stuff for lunch. Well, yeah, it was a business school over there. And I worked, quit my job to go. Because I worked at Holiday Inn. And I said, I'm not making up another bed. And so I went. And I learned more about accounting and everything. And God fixed it so that Oshman's Sporting Goods came out there. And they was looking for people. And I had a good grade and everything. I talked to them, and they called me again to come out way over on Wayside where they was, about 45. And I went to work for them, and I was there 27 years. And when I left, they was closing down, but they had made me a big-time supervisor. And I thank God. I owe it all to God. You know, that's what you have to do. You have to owe it all over to God and tell Him to keep you in person, live fit and clear, and your mind is good, you know?
Yeah. All right. Do you think, like, historical black colleges like Texas Southern University, Howard University, are important to still have?
Yeah.
Like, extremely to black people.
Yes.
Because, you know, when you tell somebody, oh, I went to Texas Southern, or I got a degree from Texas Southern, they look at you funny like you were supposed to go to U of H or University of Texas or like some other type of school.
That's correct. That's correct. But if you notice, you go to Texas Southern, how many white people over there?
Very few.
Very few?
Probably like 2%.
They will be going, because they're not going to be able to pay that money. You understand what I'm saying? But I think TSU is a good college. And I think all the black ones are. But it's us that is upset that they can't go to college. And then they come out of these places like Prairie View and start shooting it up. Then they say, you know, oh, there they go now, they finna start, you know. But it ain't us, you still going to school. That was some idiot coming from somewhere else, you know. But I think at the most, TSU have help blacks, Prairie View, and I think they have gone to me, it's very pretty. Every time I see TSU, you know, but I wanted to hurry up and go to a business school, get me a job, and that's what I wanted to do. So I was happy about what I was doing and what God had done for me, you know. I'm going to get it on that one for you.
All right, this is my final question.
Oh.
All right, this is the last one. What advice, if any, would you give to like the young generation of black children that's trying to make it in this world? Because you know we got to work extremely, like probably 10 times harder than another race.
That's true.
You know?
That's true. The best thing is go to school. Make sure that you learn while you're there. Just don't sit up and play in the classes and stuff like that. Then go to college. Now, like I said, like my brother George, he couldn't afford to go out, and he had a brain. And like I said, he was summa cum laude of his class at TSU. And so he could have been really bigger if he had went to maybe, like you say, Georgetown, somewhere upstate, and stayed down there and even made more money. But the thing of it is that he wanted to go to TSU, so you have to want it. And I think TSU is getting better, but it's the people that make it look bad. Just like, what, 2 weeks ago, all that killing over there? That was terrible. But it made us look bad. They said, there they go. You know, they done started again.
Oh yeah, that's what they say. But then when like a white kid shoot up a school, he was mentally ill or something like that.
Right, thank you. They take them to the mental ward. Yes, but us, they shoot us.
We niggas, we don't know nobody.
That's true. And it's getting worse. look at, you know what? How long have Sunnyside? I've been out in Sunnyside 28 years, bought my house. And guess what? They're coming up there, just cleaning up all the yards that people don't do anything with. They moving the houses and everything else, tearing them down, that's falling down. You know why? For the white people to move in.
That's the same thing they're doing in Fort Ward right now too.
That.
Instead of calling the Freemanstown, they call it the Midtown.
That's right.
Like they erased that whole memory of when the slaves like first
That's
came.
right. And I cried so bad. And it hurt me so bad about those bricks. Because those was black people. And you know our church, y'all wasn't born yet, but was New Pleasant Green, was down on those bricks.
That slaves put in the ground.
No, yes. That's where they came to. When people came, that's when they discovered 4th Ward, Freedom Town. And that's what they called it.
All right, thank you. That's it.
You may want to take the meat.